points that you're responsible in Shanghai. So let's go over them. We're going to start off with the points on the earlobe. So on the earlobe, we have tooth extraction anesthetic. There's 2 points, one found in section 1, one found in section 4. And then we have special tumor line. Special tumor line is between helix 6 to helix 4. So those are the 2 on the earlobe. From the earlobe, we're going to jump on over to the antitragus. On the antitragus, you have excitation nerve, and then you also have the vertex point. These points here are on the inner surface of the antitragus, so they're on the inside. And the way we end up finding them is that we find my antitragus apex, and we cut this area in half, and then we cut this area in quarters, and that intersects my excitation point and my nerve point, which I'll be explaining more shortly. The other point that we have is occiput temple, we covered occiput temple forehead, but we add vertex for the headache points that we have. And so if we had my occiput temple forehead points, occiput temple forehead, the vertex point happens to be right below occiput, and so that would put my vertex point right in this area here. And that takes us to the tragus. On the tragus, we have thirst, hunger, and clear nose and eyes. And so let's first go ahead and find thirst and hunger. So the definition pretty much says that this is our nose from CAM, this is our external nose. So thirst is right above nose, and hunger is right below nose. And so if you notice is that they're pretty much level with the upper apex of the tragus and the lower apex of the tragus. So you could pretty much find your lower apex of the tragus, come to the center of your tragus, and that's going to be the hunger point. Do the same for the upper apex of the tragus. That would be your thirst point. The other point in here that we have is another point called clear nose and eyes, which would be right below my upper apex of the tragus, really close to the edge of it, which is called clear nose and eyes. Okay. That would take us to our cavum concha. Our cavum concha, we have our hepatitis area. Hepatitis area is going to be between spleen and stomach, between these 2 areas. So my hepatitis area would be right in here. And then the other point that we have is blood, which would be right below spleen. That would take us to relaxed muscle. Relaxed muscle is between the cavum concha and the cymba concha. It'd be right in the center for relaxed muscle. Taking us to our cymba concha. With our cymba concha, we have a few points. Blood base is between, blood base ends up being between large intestine and UB, but on the inside it's hidden. So it's under the helix and it is hidden. We talked about the angle of the cymba concha. Well, angle of the cymba concha in Shanghai becomes the prostate point. It's the same area, it's also hidden. So very often blood base is just said between prostate and LI. Then we have colon 1, which is between UB and LI. Colon 2, between ureter and appendix. And then we have the ascites point between kidney and SI. And prolapse is going to be between SI and duodenum. That will take us to our antihelix. On the antihelix, we have 2 points. We have mammary gland. Easiest way to find mammary gland is you come out and you find your spleen, or you come out and you find your external auditory meatus, come out. That's mammary gland, and you would do the same thing for chest wall. Then I'm going to come up with hot. Coming up with hot, so you're on the antihelix, and before the antihelix bifurcates, you're going to hit hot. You have the constipation area. Know that it is an area, it's not just one point, it is an area. And know that it is not hidden under the helix. Neurogate is Shenmen, that's your Shenmen point. And common cold, the easiest way to find common cold is you find your superior triangular fossa, you come out to the helix, to the edge of it, and that would be your common cold point. The last points that we're going to cover, there are 4 thyroid points. Thyroid 1 is found right by the clavicle area. So in here we're going to put thyroid 1. Thyroid 2 is right in the neck area. So we are going to go ahead, I'm going to use a different color for thyroid 2. Thyroid 3 is endocrine, and thyroid 4 is pharynx, larynx, and throat.